In a post-apocalyptic world where cities roam on wheels and consume each other to survive, two people meet in London to try to stop a conspiracy. This is based off of a 4-book series, Mortal Engines, and this is produced by Peter Jackson, who directed the Lord of the Rings movies. And this is a movie that I really had no expectations for. I saw this big city on wheels and I thought that was pretty cool, so I went and saw it, and I regret everything. My name is Justin. I love to watch movies, and if you guys do too, make sure to subscribe to my channel down below and hit that bell notification so you guys don't miss any of my up and coming videos. And comment down below with your thoughts on this new film, Mortal Engines. And let's talk about this. We're going to talk about the good briefly, and we're going to talk about the bad lengthy, and at the end I'm going to give you the score for the film. There's a few good things I will admit in this 2-hour movie. A couple of the good things is that it starts off very promising. It's a really thrilling opening sequence of this huge city on wheels chasing after this smaller city on wheels and is trying to devour it. I think it's a really promising opening for this movie, and I really like the look of this movie. The CGI works and a lot of the visuals are stunning. I like these big, massive cities. They're really well constructed, and it's a pretty cool concept for a movie, but unfortunately they don't really follow through with that. The other good thing about this movie is there is a compelling storyline for this creature called Shrike, played by Stephen Lang. I thought his backstory and how it connected to Hester Shaw was compelling and touching. And I think that's the only ray of light in this movie is his character. I liked his story, I liked the character itself, but that's it. The cities looked cool, and this character Shrike was pretty cool. That is it. This movie, right after our first thrilling sequence, lost everything for me. My interest. It lost the characters. It lost the feel of the movie. It instantly became a snooze fest dog pile of crap. This movie is so bad. And it's disappointing because as I was sitting there in the first 5-10 minutes of the movie, I was like, yeah, this is going to be a pretty cool movie. And then once they devoured the smaller city and they said Mortal Engines, it became bad. They showed the inside of this big, massive city, which they call it London. And there is Hugo Weaving in this movie as the big bad guy, and he is dictating a bunch of people. There's just a lot of talking, a lot of dull moments, and these characters feel so flat and non-existent. At the end of the movie, I feel like I still did not know anything from these characters. We had this guy named Valentine, who's played by Hugo Weaving. Don't really know much about him. This girl, the main character with the red mask over her face in the posters and the trailers, Hester Shaw. Don't know much about her either. And this young boy in here as well that's teaming up alongside Hester. These characters are just so one note and flat as can be. There's no depth to these characters. There's no compelling moments. There's no redeeming qualities for these characters. They don't stand out as iconic characters that you would get from big, massive movies like this. And they had a really poor approach for introducing these characters, especially our main character, Hester Shaw. The first time we saw her, she was just standing there with her mask and she was looking around at things for a good 15-20 minutes, and then she started to do something that would further the plot of the movie, and I still didn't know anything about her. It took a long time for actually us to understand her character, her motives, her personalities, whatever it may be. It took its time to get us to that moment, and I completely lost interest at that point of what this character was about. I could care less what she was doing. Her motives, I didn't care about it because it took a long time to get us to that moment. And when we got there, I was completely checked out. The writing for this movie is just lazy. There's no risk for this movie. It just feels like it's safe, and they just try to stick to one thing. They try to introduce these different cities on wheels and different characters, but none of it just feels worthy or worth my time watching it. I checked out so many times. I checked my phone to see when this movie was going to be over. It's a film that I really didn't have much expectations for, but it is a film that I absolutely just like, I regretted watching this movie, honestly, and I haven't felt that way in a long time. It's a movie that you started off really good. I like the big cities and I like this character Shrike. Two things. That's all I liked, and that's about it. But before I give you my final score and thoughts on this film, make sure to check out my other 2018 movie reviews. I got some early movie reviews for you guys, some big superhero movie reviews up on my channel. Make sure to check out that playlist above. Overall, Mortal Engines, I already said it, it's a snooze fest, it's dull, the characters are not compelling. I really didn't understand these characters at all. They took a lot of time to develop these characters, and at that point, I was already checked out from it. The big cities are cool, the concept's pretty cool for them. I like this character Shrike. He had a compelling story and this relationship with Hester, but our main character is just so flat and they don't really add anything to this movie. I'm gonna go ahead and give Mortal Engines a D+. So, Mortal Engines, don't check it out, but you can check out my review for Aquaman, this new movie coming out very soon. Check out my review right here. Stay tuned this weekend. I got a review for Roma, Netflix movie, and The Favorite as well. My name is JustinWatchesMovies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.